Hi everyone. The next session today is deep dive to monitoring into New Relic by Igor. Igor, as well, you can start the presentation now.
Yep, thank you, Atul. Hi, everyone. My name is Igor. Thank you for coming to this session. We do not have much time, so I appreciate that you came especially to this session. And yeah, let's start. Today we will talk about New Relic, about monitoring and what New Relic can offer to us. And first of all, uh, let me start with a little introduction. I am Igor Sydorenko. I am a lead technical architect at Adobe Customer Solutions. I work with Magento for 11 plus years. So I started it in 2011. And last 8 years, I work only in consulting. And first of all, let's cover what is New Relic, since I assumed that most of you at least heard about New Relic and heard that this is a amazing performance, amazing tool to analyze performance, troubleshoot issues. And why I made this presentation? Because as many of you know that Adobe Commerce on Cloud offers New Relic as a part of their package. And if you use Adobe Commerce on Cloud, this means that you can use New Relic APM, you can use New Relic infrastructure and New Relic logs and much more tools because New Relic is developing new tools and you can leverage all that functionality. But when we start communication about a New Relic, I think most of you mean a New Relic APM, yeah, application performance monitoring. And to be honest, I was that guy also. I've used New Relic only for troubleshooting performance issues, and that's it. I got a message from a PM or a client, hey, we have an issue, database is stuck, and I opened New Relic APM, analyzed the situation, understood the root cause, a bottleneck, fixed this issue, and close New Relic until we have another issue. And yeah, and for this reason, I think many people think that New Relic is only application performance monitoring tool. It's a great tool, but New Relic is much more. Let me start with New Relic logs. But before we jump on New Relic logs, let me briefly explain you how Adobe Commerce on Cloud manage logs. If we have a regular setup, we have 3 web nodes, and on each web node in file system, we have a folder with var log, and in this folder, Magento stores log files. And if we face an issue, we have to check on first web node, after that on second web node, and after that on third web node. And if we work on a huge site, we have much more web nodes, and we have check every web node. Why that happened? I realized that we used to have a single logs, and on some stage Magento started, Magento on Cloud started splitting their logs. Actually, that caused by performance, because in this architecture, if logs storing on each web node, that's much faster and does not impact performance. But this is not convenient, agree? And especially if we look at Adobe Commerce Cloud logs, we have 3 types of Magento logs, of default logs, application logs like PHP, FPM, and service logs. This is MySQL, Elasticsearch, RabbitMQ, etc. I got this list from DevDocs. And as you can predict. This is a headache to check all these logs on each web node. And fortunately, New Relic offers New Relic logs functionality. You just open New Relic 1, you go to logs, and you get the aggregation of all that logs. So all logs coming to this place because Magento sends logs to New Relic through API. What if we need to get a particular log file and check it? We just would make a filter, like we put a path to staging or production, and after that we see the list of logs from this file. And as in APM, we can choose a period, let's since 6 hours or for a half an hour or a single day, etc. And another useful use case. Let's assume that we work on a project. This is we have an integration with SAP, and client is coming to us and asking, "Hey man, what's going on with this order ID? We did not receive it in SAP," or something like that. Yeah, I think it's a common request on every project. And what we can do, we can easily search by order ID or customer identifier or any other identifier, and New Relic logs will show you all matches. And this is very convenient too, because if you should react fast, this is the only option to make it faster. Yeah, since I remember when I didn't know about New Relic logs, I was checking. I created grep commands, and I created CLI commands for Linux, and I ran those commands on every web node, and I connected to 3 web nodes and searched in one, and after that in second one, and after that in third one. Here, you can do it like a snap, just search and that's it. Okay, let's assume that we already use these New Relic logs, and we can check a particular file, and we can search by a search term, by any identifier. And what's next? For example, what we decided to do within Adobe Customer Solutions. We decided to make a dashboard because New Relic offers making a dashboard. What is a dashboard? A dashboard is a kind of a place, a virtual place, and you can manage this place in a way you want. Yeah. For example, in this particular case, we decided to get groups from dev docs, Magento logs, application logs, and service logs. We created 3 pages, and we just created widgets for exception log and for all log files. And we can see in real time when logs are coming to us. For example, that's application log, and what's most convenient, the service logs. Yeah, because MySQL error log and MySQL slow log are very important, and you can check this in the way you want. And for example, if you have resources, you can share this to TV set or a separate monitor. There is an icon in top right, and you just share this to a DevOps monitor or project monitor, and that's it. And you are monitoring your data. In addition, you can make an alert. Yeah. So you can create a select request, and you can make an alert that if something is coming to MySQL slow log, you receive an email from New Relic. Very convenient. And also, it's very easy to export and import. What we did, we created one dashboard. We removed all identifiers related to project ID or to new Relic account ID, and we shared this configuration as a JSON across the projects. And when we start a new project, we just update account ID, we update the project ID, and that's it. And we have a dashboard for this particular project. So you create a dashboard once, and after that you can maintain it and share across the projects. And for example, what we also did on if we use this dashboard on the project, and out of the box we get 3 pages of logs. And for example, we have a lot of integrations for REST API, yeah, and we have a separate log for each request, each API request. So we can easily add a new page on the dashboard, like REST API, and add log files up there. So yeah, this is just to visualize and store in your memory that you manually can add logs to a new dashboard, export created dashboard to a JSON file, and use the dashboard across the projects to save time. Yeah, and it will be unique. We moved further, and we decided, okay, what are the capabilities of these dashboards? And we noticed that this dashboard allows to create widgets not only for logs. It's possible to create a widget for, sorry, it's possible to create a widget for everything. Yeah, like we created a project health overview dashboard, and we added data about storage, about CPU, about server processes, and other graphs. And also, I will not show you all our pages because it's boring information, but I will show you the most important ones. Yeah, for example, Elasticsearch. What I've noticed during consulting, that usually using Elasticsearch is a kind of a hidden process. We just set up Elasticsearch, we make a reindex, but we have no information about what's happening in New Relic, in Elasticsearch. But it's important to check, especially in Magento 2, and especially if you use Elasticsearch. Yeah, it's important to check amount of active charts, index health summary, amount of documents, size of the documents, because if you reach a limit of any of these parameters, Elasticsearch will be crashed, and you will have to recover it. You will have to restart and make a reindex. So this is not good. So yeah, that's it. And the same as with the New Relic logs, you can export this dashboard and share across the project. This is very convenient since you monitor all the projects by same rules. And for example, if in a company you have multiple projects and you shift people between the project, it's very convenient for them. If they change a project, they come to another one, and they know that if they go to New Relic, they go to New Relic dashboards, and they can see the same log structure and the same graphs for performance in your project health dashboard. Yep, that's about it. And yeah, let me back to the previous slide. As you can see in query in the bottom, we can make a select, and we choose some metric data. And actually, you can get a lot of metric data. You just go to New Relic docs, you go to any integration. In this particular case, this is Elasticsearch metric data. And you just select cluster data nodes from Elasticsearch cluster sample in this case. Yeah, this is very convenient. And just research, collect the metric variables you need and fetch them. What if you do not have time to invest to New Relic dashboard and you have Adobe Commerce? In this case, there is observation for Adobe Commerce. Actually, I also noticed that many people do not know about this observation tool. It was released by Adobe engineering team about half a year ago, I think in September maybe. And this is an application in New Relic. And if you are a customer of Adobe Commerce, you can go to New Relic application. You can go to observation, you select observation for Adobe Commerce. And here you have this rocket science dashboard with a lot of information, like Elasticsearch, Redis, MySQL, everything what exists in infrastructure is presented here. But the only disadvantage of so it's a dashboard. This is a great tool, a lot of information, a lot of positive stuff. You do not need to invest any time to make this dashboard. Disadvantages: you cannot edit this dashboard since it's an application. It's like it's shipped as is, yeah. And another one is that as you can see, it contains all the information about QA, about staging, and about production. And as an engineer, I do not want to see this information on a single page. Yeah, I want to have a separate dashboard for QA, separate for staging, and separate for production. However, this is a change request, and they are planning to split this soon. I hope this year. And last part is about New Relic Synthetics. New Relic Synthetics. To be honest, I started working with it in December last year. And I started working on it. We implemented a project, as I said in my examples, with a lot of API calls. Yeah, that's SAP integration. And with SAP, usually we transfer files. However, we are modern, young team, and we decided to leverage REST API for this. And when we implemented this, we started thinking, okay, when we go to production, how we will understand if endpoints work or do not work. And I started research. I started research internally in Adobe, and there were some paid performance monitoring tools. And I searched in New Relic because this is something related to New Relic, right? And there are my findings. Yeah, there it is, New Relic Synthetics part. And within this, you can create whatever you need. That's like you can create a ping availability monitor. So you just put a link to Elasticsearch endpoint or to any API endpoint to just check availability. Also, not a case for Magento Cloud, but for on-prem, it's a case check SSL certificate. Because previously, in my previous company, I had cases when certificate expired, and we were thinking, okay, how did it happen? No, guys, with this New Relic Synthetic monitor, it's possible to set it up, and it will make a reminder in 1 month that you need to update a certificate. Also, page link crawler. Page crawler we need for checking not found pages. Lot of performance, but I will tell you, show you examples about user flow, full scripted browser test, and zero code monitor building. This is why, because usually when we talk about functional testing in Magento, we think about MFTF, which is a great tool, but you have to set up an infrastructure for it, yeah, or run it on local. Here, with the knowledge of Selenium WebDriver JS, you can write simple tests. Of course, that will be that will not be like MFTF, a complex test. However, within this test, you can open a page, you can log in, you can add to cart, you can go to checkout, you can check DOM elements, and that's it. And it's zero cost. That's like you pay nothing, you just invest your time to write this test. You do not need a CI to run these tests. Okay, let's assume you do not have mood or time for development. In this case, you can create and it is a UI, and you can make a simple test. You just need to get XPath of the elements, and that's it. You can click, you can fill inputs, and that's it. And yeah, that's it. About this, we are on time. So conclusions that when I go to New Relic and when I open all these dashboards, I feel like I am a pilot and New Relic my airplane cockpit. Yeah, so keep investing, keep thinking out of the box. Yeah, that's my position, because sometimes we are complaining on a lot of stuff, but in the case of New Relic, this is a great tool, and many people do not use it. And what I like that every month or every quarter I open New Relic and I see new services with a label beta. And this is great. They are developing and contributing new services. And yeah, my contacts, if you need any, if you have any questions or if you need any help, please contact me. And questions, answers. So thank you for your attention, patience, and your time. This is most important. Yeah. This was your investment to yourself and to me. Thanks a lot. And we have questions. Thank you. First question is, what are good New Relic alternatives? I would say that New Relic is best in class in the case as a UI UX, so because it's so convenient to use all this stuff. Yeah, it's cozy. It's I like it. Maybe because it's convenient to me. Maybe that's why I use it for 10 years, I think, or 8. I am lying. I work 8 years in consulting. I work with New Relic since 2014. Yeah. And actually, alternative is Dynatrace. Dynatrace, great tool, but you have to spend a lot of time to get what you need. But it stores a lot of information. Yeah. And open source vault, I do not know. Feel free to come to me in community Slack. I will check and come back to you. Have you set up new? The question is, initially, have you set up New Relic dashboard manually, or is there inbuilt export import script available for Magento that we can use? No, I created this dashboard manually, and after that I click a button, export, and I can export it as a JSON, as an example. Yeah, and after that I open a dashboard, I open New Relic, I click import, and based on this of JSON, I create a new one. That's the flow, but nothing really related to Magento. It would be great if we can create a dashboard based on observation tool, yeah, and that would be nice, and cut what we do not need, but maybe that will be in future. I do not know. Any other questions? We are just on time. If no other questions, please, and if after this call you will have a question, please ask me in Twitter or ask me in community Slack. I am open to help always. Yeah, thank you for
Well,
coming.
thank you, Igor, for such a delightful session. Bye-bye and take care.